Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Yes, Sean Callagy, I do.
How are you? What's happening? And let's hit it with these amazing people.
Woo! We have, out of Florida, source is Nick Lowry, a healthy lifestyle pioneer, author, speaker on weight loss, $100 billion niche in the healthy beverage category. Sean Callagy, Mr. Michael Gardner, welcome. So glad you made it. He just made it onto the regular office.
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank
you. Sorry, you're from Florida, in Phoenix. Yes.
Thank you, Gina. Michael, what's happening out there? How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I'm excited to be part of this opportunity and just keep sharpening the skills, keep learning.
That's awesome. And what is your fun fact, Michael?
You know what? I've got a fun fact. I'm sure you've had a lot of people have this fun fact, but I'm going to share it anyway. So I've actually personally myself have sliced over 1 million pounds of mushrooms and clean mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, 1 million pounds of mushrooms.
Like magic mushrooms or regular mushrooms?
Regular mushrooms.
Oh.
My first business I started, which was in the produce, I actually started a company and I was 21 years old and I was slicing mushrooms and delivering the pizza shops, having fresh prepared mushrooms delivered. So I don't know if you've had a lot of people that can say these hands have sliced 1 million pounds of mushrooms.
Other than Bella's friends that go to Burning Man, I think you're absolutely correct, Michael.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Welcome to the party. Appreciate you. Thank you. Gina, who else we got?
We have an entrepreneur extraordinaire protecting our children and Mother Earth, creating friendly products for retail, promotional. Sean and Bella, she was featured on Dr. Oz Inc. magazine and many others. Welcome, Cloud Morrison, to the Real Raw.
Thanks, guys. Okay, fun fact.
Yes.
Okay, here's 2. I try and join a Zoom class and then put on my lipstick before people answer the class. It's just my own little personal game of how fast can I put on lipstick. Other fun fact, my favorite impersonation, I grew up in Colorado. It's to make the sound of the wind through the pine trees.
Can we hear you making the sound of wind through the pine trees?
You totally can. I have no idea where my microphone is on this computer, so I'm just going to guess. Okay, you ready? Okay, pressure's on. Pressure's on.
I feel like I'm in the middle of the woods around a bunch of pine trees. I don't know about you. Bella, are you feeling that way? I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Amazing. So, and is it, your first name is Cloud?
Yeah, my parents were hippies. They would go for walks and hikes, and they thought the clouds were unique and beautiful, and their first child, boy or girl, was Cloud.
Mushrooms and clouds. This is like the Bella Verita special Thankful Thursday, and she's extra thankful for all of us. So, Cloud, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Gina, we got Cloud, we got Michael chopping up magic mushrooms. I know he's a door magical, Michael. I heard you. Gina, who are our judges?
Indianapolis National Top 100 Trial Attorney Sean, Top 100 Black Lawyer distinction featured in the New York Times. Sean, Bella, need I say more? Mr. Brian Williams joining us today. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Brian, thank you for being here. Extraordinary. And what is your fun fact, Brian?
Fun fact, I'm I guess a big football guy, tough guy, and I cry often on movies such as Terms of Endearment. I mean, I'll just give that one. I think everybody cried on that one, but I cry on commercials too, every now and again. It's just close to my
what are a couple other movies that make you cry?
It really doesn't require it to be a really sad movie. It just takes a moment of, I really felt that, man, like a loving moment, or a child that sees their parent for the first time in a long time. Something like that will jerk.
All right, so Brian, have you seen the movie Miracle?
No, I have not seen that.
Okay. Have you seen Rocky?
Rocky?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you cry during Rocky 1 or Rocky 2 at any point?
I think I cried on, I'm sure I cried on 1. I don't remember 2. I'm quite sure I cried on that at the end.
All right, Brian, I want you to watch, please. This would be an incredible ask to watch Rocky 2, and when Adrian comes out of the coma, and what she says to Rocky, let's see if that hits you in that like heart-centered way and makes you cry. Could you let us know if that happens?
I absolutely will. I have to go back and watch that one. It's been a while.
Well, Brian, thank you, and congratulations on all that you're up to in the world and your extraordinary accomplishments. We appreciate you being here today and giving some judging to some people as somebody who is judged all the time. So thank you for being here, Brian.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
G-Money, come on.
Next, we have another gentleman from Indiana. Wholeheartedly believe, Sean, don't be the best in the world at what you do. Be the only one in the world who does what you do.
Ooh.
Resulting, tremendous results in market differentiation for his web app company, Synaptic Blue. Welcome, Doug Van, to The Real Raw.
And it is Doug, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Doug, how are you? And by the way, I love that commentary. Beautiful stuff. And what is your fun fact in the space of massive uniqueness?
I was once punched by The Rock.
Nice. What? And under what context?
Well, we were clowning. I'm also a journeyman stagehand in the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees and Motion Picture Operators. I don't do much stage work anymore, but I was working a pay-per-view of WWE or whatever it was called at the time. And at the very end of after the show is all done and all the semis are packed up, the road manager or somebody does a walk around the facility to make sure there's nothing here because you're going to go to the next city. Oh, where's that thing? Well, I think it's back in the last city. That cannot happen. So we're doing the idiot check. That belongs to the house. That belongs to the house. Nothing belongs to the tour. They're getting ready to leave, the last truck. And we're walking through the dressing room areas, and The Rock is in the hallway. All the talent's long gone. They're in the bus asleep. I don't know what he was doing in the building. But a buddy of mine wanted his autograph. And, The Rock never bugs me for my autograph when I'm working. I don't bug him for his autograph. I did want to shake his hand, though. So I put my hand out, And he brought his hand out of his pocket. I went low and he went high. He went high, I went low. And it was the Three Stooges. And then he makes a fist and taps me in the gut and says, "Hey, I missed you." So he punched me.
I love it, Doug. I love it. Like, would you punch him back?
No, I had to go look for more stuff. Had a job to do.
Yeah. And so listen, I love the concept real quick about differentiation and what brought you down that path of becoming so present to uniqueness and the dynamic of creating your own space in all the things you do.
While I did not go the route of academia, collegiately speaking, I have always been a consumer of information, especially in public radio, in the 80s, 90s, and forward on. And at some point on some show, for some reason, somebody made that statement and it struck a chord in me. I'm like, you can't be the best. Everybody says they're the best. The FTC allows you to, they can all say they're the best. You can legally say it. But if you're the only one that does what you do, that's indisputable. So I thought that's my angle. That's my angle.
Love it. Well, thank you, Doug, for being here. Appreciate you massively. And congratulations on being punched by the Rock. G-Money.
Anytime.
Last but not least, this native of West Palm Beach, Florida, devoted to public service, social justice, not only as an assistant public defender, but also as a member of a nonprofit fraternity. He's represented over 2,000 indigent clients, well, as in his 3 years, by the way. Welcome, Mike Brown, to The Real Raw.
Mike, thank you for your contributions. I can't even imagine the number of lives you've already impacted substantially. I'm sure it goes beyond the thousands of all the people that love and care about those people. What's your fun fact, man?
So my fun fact is that everybody has their thing, and I actually collect Funko Pops. It just occurred to me that, I probably should have done the show with my big wall of Funko Pops behind me, but I have them here on the phone if I can show you. Any type of Funko Pop you can think of, I actually collect. In fact, I'm waiting on the Unblinded line of Funko Pops. Sean, I can't wait to get it. And of course, we can't have a Sean Funko Pop without a Gina Funko Pop. So,
and Bella, and how about a Mike Funko Pop? But Mike, forget my ignorance, forget my blindness. I'm actually blind, but I'm also blind to what we're talking about. What the hell is a Funko Pop?
Yeah.
So Funko Pops are little collectible statues that have very dark eyes. They make them in just about anything you can think of, from TV series to sports players to movies, actors, presidents, anything you can think of. And eventually, depending on the Funko Pop, the values go up. So my Funko Pop collection is actually in the process of appreciating. So
that is absolutely extraordinary. Appreciate you for being here. We need a Bella, Gina, team, note to file. We need a Funko Pop. So
yes,
Mike. That's how it starts, with one.
That's it. And we'll have like all kinds of things. I mean, and as if we need more Bella Veritas though. Oh my goodness. So Bella Verita is standing in the space of genius, extraordinariness, fun, magic, heart-centeredness, like the superpower of opening, listening, heart-centered energy, maybe a lightning bolt here or there, because she stands for the fact that people can grow, scale, and build. That's what she stands for. And she began that journey as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her front lawn. Yes, selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old. When I was like hiding from my aunts that were trying to give me a hug when they came over for Easter, Bella's running around and selling stuff. Then 19 seven-figure earning space network marketing, on to becoming not the number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, not the 22nd, not the 111th Mike, but the number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada in her 20s. And now she's the chief influence sorceress, standing on stage and speaking with like the real Jerry Maguire, Lee Steinberg out in Las Vegas just recently, all the things. Sourcing talent, marketing, selling, leading, growing, scaling, business, and of course, the co-host of The Real Raw, the one, the only, Bella Verita. Bella,
Ryan was trying to get me kicked off the show earlier, trying to get Gina to fire me. He didn't think I had a real position around here.
Why was this?
He said I was taking over Gina's job and Gina was going to come back and fire me.
Whoa, that's
what happens when you're late, Sean? I almost get fired.
Yes, all kinds of chaos ensues. What is your fun, besides the fact you almost got fired today, which is a very fun fact? What is your fun fact?
You know what, Sean? I think my fun facts for today is, I live in South Florida, so we have, huge thunderstorms that come in every single day. And I thought yesterday was a great opportunity to go dancing in the rain. So I did a little dancing in the rain yesterday.
Oh, here, ladies and gentlemen. She's hanging out with Cloud, magic mushrooms, and of course, changing people's financial status, structure, magic, impact, all of it. Gina Ricci, it is Thankful Thursday. We are thankful for you and your heart and your presence and your perfectionism and all the beautiful, amazing, wonderful things that make you so loving and caretaking and all of it. You are a leader causing leadership. We love you. Mwah. Have a beautiful day, G-Money.
Thank you, Sean Callagy. Bye, everyone. Have fun exploring Integra's influence in the multiverse. Ciao for now.
Bella of Rita.
Yes, sir.
Are we going Cloud or magic mushrooms?
Oh, Cloud shaking her head no, so we're going to have to go with magic mushrooms.
I think that's precisely why we should start with Cloud.
Hello?
Oh, so Cloud, that's going to be his fault. If you got to go, that's his fault.
Okay.
So Cloud, this is about Integra's influence, going from hello to yes, because everything begins after yes. Like, we're not here unless somebody said yes to Zoom. We're not here unless somebody said yes to the creation of a computer. We're not here unless somebody said yes to the creation of the internet, even though we don't know who probably that was. We're not here unless we said a lot of yeses. And so magic happens after yes. It's what creates charities, contributions, nations, businesses, families, structures, things, all of it. It begins with yes. So Cloud, what's the yes that you're seeking from Bella of Rita? Meaning, who would you like her to be? Like, who would you like Bella to be? She could be just an ideal client or anything even more elaborate. So who's Bella going to be?
Okay, gotcha. So, Bella, you are a client of mine who I adore, and we're really close. And you work at the Honest Company. You were one of their early employees, and we are one of your vendors. We're actually your longest running vendor that they've had since inception, which was like 8 years ago. And I've never really asked for much of them. I've only served them. And what I really want is a quote from Jessica Alba about us for her. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And, Sean, you said something that was so poignant for me. And that was about it not being a comparison, not better or worse, or maybe the Jack Canfield. And for me to get to that place would be such a delight. I find that I kind of swim a lot in the harsh on myself pool.
Yeah, we all do, right? So thank you for that, Cloud. Yeah. And yeah, we're not better or worse than any human being. We're not more or less, period, right? We have different skill sets currently. All that could be advanced, but influence is the leveling superpower. And so I have the privilege of speaking to a lot of very successful people. And you'll find that just like every other person, they have a desire for more money, more time freedom, more magic, and magic is all the things we want to experience: peace, love, connection, acceleration, growth, challenge, pride, so all of it. So just have some fun, right? Like, there is no rejection. There is no failure, period. Like, there's not a comma. There's no rejection, no failure, period. These are all inventions of our own nervous system designed to protect us in our survival brain from millions of years ago. Or if you believe in something different, from thousands of years ago. It's all good, but it is definitely not true. So Cloud, let's just have some fun. Be yourself, be in your heart, your body, your being. Deep breath, because this is the superpower of influence. And the other side of it is all the things that we love and dream about. So please, feel free to take us in.
How much time does this last? I want to time it.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, 3. Okay, great.
Yeah. Please take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm really happy to be talking to you.
I can tell.
So a couple things. One, I know it's not always easy to ask for help on a personal level. And I am so grateful you asked me for help last week. You do so much for everybody you work with. You do so much for your company the fact that you asked for help from me, it really made me happy and made me feel good. And I'm so happy that you accepted my help. I don't know that there's anyone in California I would rather be driving my car than you. And you're using it. It would have just been sitting in the driveway. So I really want to thank you for that. And I also want to apologize. You said you wanted to give me money, which I never would have accepted. And I asked for something. And the thing that I asked for, I knew wasn't easy for you. So I want to scratch that ask. I want to delete that ask, completely take it out of the mix. And I want to make a new ask. Would it be okay with you if I make a new ask?
Sure.
Okay. So my heart is racing because I'm so excited to ask you this. I have wanted this for like 7 years. Okay. So I know everybody wants something from Jessica, and I can really appreciate that. And because of that, I have stood way in the wings. But really what I would love to know is 2 things. 1, what she likes about working with us. And 2, if she would like to see anything changed or different or better, how we can serve her beautiful brand better. And that's what I would love. And that's what I would love. What do you think?
Yeah, I can definitely, do my best. We don't have a whole lot of contact, with Jessica, as the internal staff, but, I can definitely rise it up the chains and see who I can get it to, for sure.
That would be amazing. Bella! That would be amazing. Thank you for considering it. Absolutely. Thank you for letting me talk about it when I was nervous. And I know that you wouldn't say that unless you meant it. And I appreciate it because it's a big thing to ask. It's a big thing to say. And then we can help you even better.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Wow, beautiful energy, right? Heart-centeredness. How'd that feel for you, Cloud?
Way better than I ever pictured it would.
Oh, that's it. Great job. Excellent. Let's go. Michael, are you ready?
I think I am.
All right. Dude, 1 million mushrooms are at stake. Please take us.
Wait, who am I being?
Oh, yes. Michael, who would you like Bella? Would you like Bella to be a mushroom?
You know what? That's a thought, but I think I'm going to go with, I'm really going to have her stretch on this one. I want her to be Lee Steinberg.
Ooh, I love this.
I was just with Lee Steinberg like 2 weeks ago.
It's all lining up. So
I love it.
And my ask, do I need to go into what my ask is?
No, just roll it out. So Bella, Lee, please take us in.
Hello, this is Lee.
Hi, Mr. Steinberg. Thanks for taking my call. I'm Michael Gardner. I'm actually with a company called Thin Energy. And first off, I'd like to thank you for all your impact that you're making in society and giving back to communities. And I actually want to share with you a little bit about our company. Is now a good time to speak? Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I have a quick couple minutes, but how did you get my phone number?
Actually, I know Marshall Falk, and I know, I don't know if you know a guy named Nick Lowry.
Yes,
I
yes.
think you were his agent.
You're a friend of Nick's.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, carry on.
So anyway, thanks for taking my call, like I said, and give me a couple minutes. I definitely appreciate that. With that said, we have a program that we're actually, it's a health and wellness empowerment movement that we're looking for key individuals with capital, relationship capital, that can help us move not just our brand, but more importantly, make an impact in promoting health and wellness. Coming out of COVID, as we're all aware, health and wellness is at the top of everybody's list. It's really impacted the way globally we've been affected. Health and wellness is a universal language, and I'm looking for somebody like yourself that can actually help and be a part of our movement, and more importantly, use your legal background to help us navigate our brand. As you know, there is an acquisition model that we've been approached by some of the bigger companies you might know of. But anyway, we're just looking for good people to be part of our movement and our cause. And I know you could add value in a lot of different ways. And does that sound like something that you would be interested in, making an impact in society?
I would definitely have to know more about what the impact, looks like, because that is definitely, it's just where I'm at in my life. I'm in my 70s now. And it really is, I'm really about like what's the impact I can make in the world. And there's a lot of different opportunities on my plate. And so, really just what the impact actually is.
No, and I appreciate that. And thanks for that feedback. The one thing I would tell you is, we would be able to not only make an impact and maybe enhance some of the things that you're already doing. So this would be more of an advisory role position. And again, I would be happy to, set up a time that we could possibly go in depth more into the things that we are doing, because again, health and wellness is a universal language we all need to embrace. So it's really about helping just, not just individuals, but helping communities. So I'd really like to see if I could schedule another time where we could maybe have another 15 minutes or so to really dive into this. Would that be something that you could fit into your busy schedule? And if you're not the person, maybe you know somebody. So I think that would be helpful as well.
Yeah, I think we could definitely figure it out. Just I'll give you my assistant's phone number and we'll see what we can do. Just because you're a friend of Nick's.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. And thanks for everything that you do and continue making an impact.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Michael. Lee, very nice work. Bella, you play a wonderful Lee Steinberg.
I do.
Yes, wonderful. So let's see what the judges have to say.
I think they want to see your face though, Sean.
Well, thank you. Okay, so let's go, Brian. So please, 30 seconds of feedback. First, we're gonna start with Cloud. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, a score on a scale of 1 to 10. Bella Verita is the keeper of time integrity. So please, sir, Brian, what do you have for Cloud?
You mean what role would I like her to play?
No, like what you're giving her a score and some feedback. You're judging.
Oh, I thought Cloud brought a lot of energy to the table. I'm still not quite sure what the actual product is, what she was actually trying to get someone to say yes to in that time frame. And maybe I missed something, but honestly, I didn't actually understand what she was trying to move, the actual product itself, or what it is and what she was offering.
And your score for Cloud is?
On a scale of what to what?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10. I still give her a 7 because I think that she was just so energetic and I wanted to hear more. I would have probably sat and listened to more. And she was let me also say that she was very personable and very engaging, which I thought was which was very beneficial, or one of her more positive things that kept me riveted.
Nice. Excellent. So Brian, what'd you have for Michael?
For Michael, I say that I think the use of, he continued to use a phrase, and I can't remember what was the phrase that he was using, that he was trying to get Mr. Personal Wellness or
Health and Wellness Empowerment Movement.
Right. So,
but wait, before you stop, I started this in Indianapolis, Indiana. If that gives me extra points.
All right. So, with that being said, I give him a 10. No, I had to say it's probably around a 6, 5 or a 6, honestly, because I didn't know what that meant. If I'm Lee Steinbrenner and you want me to invest my money, you're asking me for an additional 15 minutes of my time, and I'm already busy, and there's already a lot of people that are asking me for money, then I want to know what the heck I'm going to give you some additional time for. And I just think that, that was just a kind of a generic phrase. I think Bella tried to get at the point of, okay, so what benefit am I going to add to this? Because.
And what's your score for Michael?
I said I give him,
okay, got it. Okay.
I give him a 6 because he did use good strategies with regard to looping what he was trying to do. And even when he thought that there may be a no potentially coming, he also said, hey, if it's not you, then maybe it's somebody else. So as to, if the door was going to close, then he was at least getting potentially another name or a lead that he might be able to use.
Okay. So thank you for that, Brian. Excellent. Doug, what did you have, please, for Cloud?
For Cloud, I'll just give you the number up front. I got to go with 10. I mean, the energy and the And the personal connection. The personal connection, making the other person feel valued and appreciated, and recognizing the bit of a hierarchy. She kind of put herself a little bit subservient and elevated Bella to that point. But sincerely so. It didn't come off as cheesy and, oh, she does that to get her way. It didn't come off as manipulation. It just came off as sincere connection. And I like that personal angle very much.
How about, excellent job, Doug. And what'd you have from Michael?
We're gonna go with 9 on this. Love the business acumen. Love the way that he cared about his product and his vision, and he knew what he was doing, and he was enthusiastic about it. He didn't have pom poms and cheerlead. He wasn't the high energy, but he was very stoic and like, I'm in this. I'm working harder than you. I'm not asking you to work harder than I do, and I'm bringing my thing to the table, and I want to add your thing. It's a value add. He used the phrase value add, and the synergistic ROI element was included. Mentioning the acquisition potentiality there. Also elevates the situation. So he was selling. He handled sales objections before they could even come by making very clear statements that were intended to do so.
Excellent. So appreciate that very much. Yeah, for sure. How about Mike? What did you have?
So I gave, I would say starting off, I would give Cloud an 8. I thought her energy was great. I love how her and Bella were kind of feeding off of each other. And I like how in the beginning, she showed gratitude, like, hey, we appreciate you. We thank you. I think that's big because that shows the person that you're speaking to that you care and you value their time. So for Cloud, I would have to give her an 8 out of 10.
Nice. Excellent job. And how about for Michael? What'd you have, Mike?
For Mike, my fellow Mike, I'd say, what I liked about it is I think his interview started off a little more rocky, especially when he mentioned the Capitol, but he stuck with it. He really kept going. He really, sold his vision, and ultimately he brought himself another meeting and another chance to come to the table and connect with Bella. So great job to Mike as well. I would give him a 6 out of 10.
Nice. Thank you for that, Mike. Bella Verita, you do like to have fun.
I do like to have fun, Sean, and I have an idea for fun today. So we'll have to see if you'll go with my idea for fun.
Well, what is it?
So because this is integrity-based human influence. There's no one that's got better influence skills than you. As a matter of fact, you just went from hello to yes with Lee Steinberg for like $50,000 in package donations to raise funds, and you've practically got him begging to work with you. So I think it would be really fun for you to demonstrate for everyone how you went from hello to yes with Lee Steinberg, getting someone on the show to play Lee Steinberg. What do you think of that idea?
I do. I mean, I would say, like, I am so honored and thrilled and humbled by Mr. Steinberg. He's absolutely incredible. So thank you for that acknowledgement, Bella. But it was a privilege. Nick Lowry was sourced to that, and he's utterly mind-blowing. So yeah, I mean, I'm up for that. So who would you like to have play Mr. Steinberg?
Well, I'm thinking either Michael could play Mr. Steinberg, or maybe he could nominate, maybe Brian, Michael, Doug, wherever you think we should go. What do you guys think of that idea? Would you like to see how Sean went from hello to yes with Lee Steinberg? Would that be of service to everyone?
Oh yeah.
Everyone shaking their head. Yes, Sean.
By the way, Lee Steinberg is Jerry Maguire. Like the movie, legit. Like the movie Jerry Maguire is based on Lee Steinberg's life, and he consulted. He was running around with Cuba Gooding Jr. through NFL training camps. Cameron Crowe lived in his house. It's an unbelievable story. So Lee Steinberg is Jerry Maguire, and he's Pat Mahomes' agent, who won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, lost to Tom Brady last year. He's the unprecedented Lee Steinberg, agent to 8 first picks overall in the NFL. First picks, not first round draft picks, first picks, highest ever. So yes. So Michael, would you like to be Lee Steinberg, or would you like somebody else?
Also, Sean, like this, when you went from hello to yes for a 30-minute conversation, and then Lee ended up wanting to stay on the phone. They stayed on the phone for 2 hours. Like that conversation did not end for 2 hours. Because of the skill that's about to be demonstrated. So I wanted to drop that in. So back to you.
So Michael, what do you think? You want to be Mr. Steinberg or somebody else?
Absolutely. Iron sharpens iron, and I want to get sharp.
All right, awesome, man. So Mr. Steinberg, thank you so much for just giving me a couple minutes of your time. I know that you're late getting.
Who's this? I'm sorry, who's this?
Yeah, this is Sean Callaghan. I'm picking us up in the Michael. I'm picking us up in the room that we met in Las Vegas after we spoke. So yeah, Sean Callaghan. I'm sorry. Yeah, I spoke. I'm speaking a few minutes after you. We're just sitting at the same table together at the event. So I want to share with you. By the way, I know you have to go, but I really appreciate the 3 minutes that you gave me to have a quick conversation. So thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. What do you have for me?
Yeah. So, well, I have for you something that I don't know what it is, because in every interaction I have, Mr. Steinberg, with anybody, I want to add value. But what I am present to with love and respect is, as you're here in Las Vegas at this unsilenced voices speaking engagement, you're here because you want more. You want more of something. And I'm presuming it's magic. You want to impact lives. You want to expand your mission. You wrote the incredible book, Winning with Integrity. A movie was made about your life, and Tom Cruise played you. That's cool and crazy, right? So I am present to the fact that you're not here because you're not done. Am I right about that?
Absolutely. And I do recognize the value that you've added, and I'd like to, thank you for what you're contributing as well. So I like to be with people that are like-minded and, again, have that vision as well. So I appreciate your efforts as well.
So, and I know you got to go. I know we have about a minute and a half, but I appreciate the acknowledgement back. So what I propose is just a conversation, because what I'm really clear about is your relationship capital is absolutely mind-blowingly extraordinary. You have your own charitable foundation. You're raising money for other charities. And I have a really unique skill set, sir, on causing money to be raised for charity. And I just gave money today, and I caused money to be raised here today in excess of what they hoped for and thought about. So I'd love to potentially offer that skill set to you as a gift for causing more money to be raised for things. And what that is and how that would work, I'm not sure. But I do know that I'm a force multiplier. I do know that I have credentials and backup, as Mr. Nick Lowry shared with you. I raised money on Tony Robbins' stage. Tony Robbins' wife asked me to be the person out of all the people that they know to raise money from the Platinum Partnership for stopping sex trafficking. And in that room, they hoped to raise $500,000. And I had the privilege with my friends there to raise 1.7 million with me on the microphone. So if that resonates with you, if you want more impact, more reach, I'd love to explore how I can add value to your life. Because final, the only thing I ever do, Mr. Steinberg, is give first. So I ask for nothing except an opportunity to prove to you I'm who I claim to be. How does that resonate or not for you, to have a little bit longer conversation at some point? Sure. That's convenient for you.
No, I appreciate that. And I would love to. And definitely there's never enough money, or there's enough money. We just got to go out there and get it. And so I appreciate your effort. Love to re-engage with you.
Appreciate it. Out of roll. Okay, Michael, how did I do?
No, I thought a lot of it was good because, again, just with my earlier pitch, it was, you kept adding the value and, your past experience and relationships and common ground, just a common ground, like-minded, giving back. And I think it definitely resonated from a lot of different levels. So, and added value, and you did the takeaway. I'm not asking for anything. So you made it more comfortable. Like, okay, now the guard's down. Okay, you're not asking me for me to stroke a check or what have you, because you're coming to me to add value to what I'm already doing. So I thought, no, that was very good. No, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Cloud, how did you feel about that dynamic with Mr. Steinberg?
Wow, I loved it. I felt it felt so disarming. I felt like I kept leaning in. I just wanted to hear more. It felt completely authentic, and it didn't feel pushed or forced or fake. It was really quite elegant in connection.
Thank you. Bella, wonderful scenario. Thank you, Cloud, for that. How did that feel for you, Bella?
It is absolutely masterful. And just being there, firsthand when you actually had this conversation, sitting next to you at that table with Lee Steinberg, this exact conversation, the entire time he was leaning forward. He wanted more information. He wanted to talk. And I think if he didn't have an Uber out front waiting for him, he would have sat there all day and had a conversation with you. And I think what you demonstrate gives people the tools so that they can have conversations like that and get yeses for people like Lee Sandberg.
Yeah. And by the way, look, you saw Chris Crone, a friend who's got 600,000 YouTube subscribers, on the video leading into this, where he was saying, some very nice things about me. But he was correct that if I said, that I find people who have great influence, and I find what they need, and I give with no expectation of return. Mm-hmm. And that has been an extraordinary force multiplier in life. So in these conversations, what we talk about, the integrity-based human influence and what to do with it, it's caused I'm one of 2 attorneys in the country at 1.2 million with 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. The only one that was blind. Like, I am blind, literally. Like, I can't see a single thing on the screen. It's caused record-breaking numbers to be sold on stages like Tony Robbins. Fundraising records. We're shattering the paradigm for the American Foundation for the Blind. We raised over $3 million this year for them, and they just are beside themselves with that. And it's not because I'm like wonderful. It's because I learned the skill set. P.S. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I ran for class president in 7th grade and got like no votes. So it's an attained skill set, and it is literally the only attainable superpower. I truly believe that. And the micro distinctions inside of it and knowing what to do with it create all the money, time, and magic we want. So thank you guys for being here. Let's say our thank yous. Doug, really, thank you for being here. I love the rock fun fact, man. And what's a yes for you in the world that would be like a yes that you're seeking?
Do what you can, whenever you can. You can't cure somebody's cancer or help their situation out, but you can hold the door. You can hold their latte while their hands are full and they had to open their door to their SUV or whatever. Do what you can, knowing that you can't do it all.
Awesome. Well, and how was your time, Doug, with us here today? Really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, loved it very much. I'll speak very highly of it.
Oh, thank you, Doug. Let's go, Mike. Mike, thank you for being here. How was your time with us on the Real Raw?
Oh, I enjoyed it, especially that 3-minute elevator speech you just gave. I thought it was amazing. I learned something from it. I loved how you, when you were speaking to Mr. Steinberg, the research that you had done on what he was doing and how it related to what you were doing. I am just honored to be among everyone here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you very, very much. Brian, awesome job, man. Really impressed by your credentials, just like Doug's and Mike's. Yes, how was your time with us today in the Real Raw?
It was great. I appreciate being here. I appreciate being exposed to like-minded individuals, people of intelligence, and giving me some different ideas of how to approach situations and circumstances. And even sometimes, like in your scenario, you didn't necessarily have the answer, but you knew he wanted or needed something, right? And what you did was you gave him just enough facts and enough about yourself to give him enough to latch on to, but to believe that you were the man to give it to him. And so sometimes that's what we have to do, even in the law firm context, or whether it be in court or talking to a jury. Everybody has something that's there, some desire or need that needs to be fulfilled. And trying to figure out what that is and getting buying a little bit more time to figure it out, and then being ready to do it is what it's all about. So I appreciate being here.
Well, awesome. Appreciate you. And I can see why you're as successful as you are, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cloud, confronting some fears, doing an amazing job. How was your time with us in the Real Raw today?
Sean, it was delightful. Thank you. There's so much going on in the other rooms. And I am so glad that I was in this one. It was just a delight, and didn't know it was possible for one person to cut 1 million pounds of mushrooms. Didn't know that pitching could have such less force and direction intended, but just really connect. And the giving without any attachment of what's received is not only tremendous for me with work, but with my kids.
Awesome. And may I offer you a context?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I stopped pitching anything 24 years ago. When I realized that all Integrous Influence is teaching, sharing, speaking, communicating, integriously influencing, and pitching just feels like manipulation. It feels like forcing. It feels like taking. And we come on the same side of the table with people. Like, Chris Voss and Never Split the Difference, incredible FBI hostage negotiator, talks about techniques of influence that are really powerful. But when you're on the other side of the table from someone who is trying to kill somebody, when we're creating magic in business and unpacking value together, we sit on the same side of the table. So thank you, Cloud, for sitting on the same side of the table as us and doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
And I'm very thankful to Mr. Nick Lowry. He is a straight up rock star force for good in the world. Dartmouth grad, Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Famer. I am like on the Nick Lowry should be in the NFL Hall of Fame committee. I'm starting that myself, and a whole bunch of, actually I'm starting a whole bunch of people believe that, but that should happen. And Michael, so I'm so thankful to have met you, and I really appreciate it. Nick, how was your time with us here today?
Real Raw is real awesome. That's all I've got to say. It's been a magical experience. And I met Nick for the first time yesterday. So talk about the law of attraction and things lining up and the art of allowing, and for me to be here and how it just came together. And, even beyond today, how this is going to resonate. And I want more. I really want more. So I'm excited, and thank you for what you're doing. Because again, it's always, everybody working together, and iron sharpens iron and man sharpens man. And that's how we make an impact.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
It's all about appreciation, Bella Verita. Appreciate you because not every day is easy, and you relentlessly show up like a true leader in this world. And you are a force for good. You're a force for love. You're a force for action and leadership. So thank you for being here today, Bella. And final.
Thank you for having me as always, Sean. And, final is just, one is thank you for everything that you do to contribute to everyone's lives, to help them grow their money, time, and magic. I've been part of a lot of different organizations, and I've never seen an organization that gives as much as Unblinded. So thank you for that. And speaking of giving, there's a gift that the team dropped for you in the chat. Definitely click that link, download that guide before he closes the chat and it's gone forever. Definitely download that, because there is a secret sauce to your money, time, and magic. It's called Integrity-Based Human Influence. And so definitely download that guide. Definitely have a conversation with one of our extraordinary teammates, such as Adam Gugino, who built a company from $0 to $750 million. You might could learn a thing or two from that dude. He built a team of 500 sales associates. Absolutely incredible. So you definitely want to have a call with someone as cool as that. Back to you, Sean.
Certainly do. It changed my life when I did. And we launched this mission together. So thank you. And final is, this is not like a sales training. It's not an influence training. It's not partially that, but the ability to go from hello to yes, knowing what to do with that and getting yourself to use it. Those three things, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, is controlling our money, our time, and our magic, period. No comma. Love you guys. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you and co-create. We learn every day with amazing people like yourself. More than 3,000 have been here on the show like yourself. So thank you very much. And the challenge, though, Bella Verita, and the mission we have in this world is dealing with this. We are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.